For more than 20 years, CTV has captured the moments that matter in our community. From our studios in St. Clair, you're watching Focus with Paul Dingeman.
Welcome to another edition of the Focus Show. My name is Paul Dingeman. Glad you are along. Lots of important things happening as we continue through the month of September. A couple things coming up at the beginning of October that are very important. We wanted to start the show with that and welcome the Chief Medical Officer of Ascension River District Hospital, Dr. H. Lee Bacheldor, and the Principal of St. Clair Middle School, Mr. Michael Domagalski. Nice to see you. Welcome both, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Nice to see you. You are here representing a couple different organizations which are involved with a wonderful thing called TASTFEST. What's it all about? It's October the 8th, Monday, 5 till 7 at the lobby of the hospital.
Correct. So it's a fundraiser. It's a culmination of the At the Market program. At the end of the year, we have TASTFEST, which is where we have a number of restaurants in the area that come and bring their signature dishes. And it's a fundraiser for us as well as for the school district. Our portion goes to what's called the Hope Fund, and it supports incidentals for patients and families in need. For example, if we have a patient that goes home with needs medication and they don't have coverage for that medication, we use that Hope Fund to help that out.
Oh, good, good.
We've used it in the instance where we had a patient who was transferred down to our tertiary care hospital, and the family didn't have funds to go down and visit, so we bought gas cards so they could travel to see their loved one. So things like that we use that Hope Fund for. So
it's out of the ordinary kinds of expenses that pop up, and the patients don't have the money to cover it, and you've got a fund there that can at least look at it.
For those folks that are vulnerable and in need, and we can help them out.
Okay. The school district has a foundation.
Yes, sir.
And you are the chairman. I keep calling you the president.
I know.
But the chairman of the foundation.
I am the chairman, yeah.
And what does the foundation do?
The East China Educational Foundation is a great group of people that raises money throughout the course of the year, and we award grants multiple times to teachers. We award them in the fall and in the spring, and teachers have an opportunity to apply for these grants. One of the things that the foundation does is participate in TASTFEST, and from TASTFEST we take those funds, put it together, and we award grants like iPads. We do different software programs, flexible seating to teachers, consumables for STEAM and STEM, a lot of different examples.
So it's stuff the district itself doesn't have the money for an individual classroom maybe?
Yeah, not necessarily. Yeah, that's exactly right, yes. They might not necessarily have those funds to support something a teacher may want or a staff member may want. So what they do is they come to the foundation and they apply for a grant. And so we review those grants and then award accordingly. So the foundation's really happy to do that, like I said, twice a year.
So in both instances, this is really local. I mean, it's money that's raised that stays in the hospital. Yep. This is money that's raised that stays in the school district. Pretty cool.
All in the community, yep.
It stays right in the community, in the school district. I mean, we absolutely love the funds that the foundation raises. The teachers do. They love the funds the foundation raises, and like I said, it all goes right back to the students and the teachers in the school district.
There's been, you mentioned iPads, but I noticed over the years there's things like wobbly chairs and
flexible seating.
I wondered what a wobbly chair was.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they have an image of one. I'm sure they can find one on the internet. But one big thing that is surfacing, especially at the elementary level, and you'll even see it at some of the high school, or both high schools, or all three high schools, I believe, is flexible seating, getting students a little more comfortable with their seats as opposed to those regular old chairs that we're used to. When they're comfortable, they're more eager to learn, more engaged to learn, so on and so forth. So the foundation, there's a variety of things here on the sheet that we award grants for.
Okay. So how are we raising money?
So through tickets, you buy tickets. They're $30 this year. We've reduced the price. Last year they were $40, so hopefully we get more interest. Not that we didn't have a lot of interest before. We had quite a few folks, but we're always looking for more. $30, and they're available at the gift shop at the hospital, Neiman's Market, and at Sweet Tooth down in Marine City. We're blessed. We have judges every year that it says gives best of show, best appetizer, best entree, and best display, as well as best dessert and people's choice. And we have Suzanne and David Sabula from the school district, Deb Johnson from Community Mental Health, and Bob Gross from the Times Herald as our judges this year.
The restaurant list is really good, and it's continuing to grow because the show's not till the TASTFEST not till October the 8th. But a couple additions this year is the Inn Kitchen, which is brand new at the Inn on Water Street, and the food is out of the sight.
Wonderful.
Out of
Wonderful
sight
food.
there.
Yep.
And the same owner, Kristen Bain, has the Schoolhouse Grill, and she will be at the TASTFEST too, along with some really great local ones, the Murphy Inn, the Galley from St. Clair County Community Mental Health, LaCroix's Drifters, the Voyager, you know, and the list is still growing.
Yeah.
So.
Great participants.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Anything we've missed?
No, I mean, this is one of the events, you know, from the foundation's perspective that we do each year, and we love working with the Hope Foundation, Dr. Bacheldor and the rest of the staff there. It's a great event. So like he said, you know, the price is reduced this year. Hopefully that'll encourage even more people to come.
Okay.
So we're really excited to participate in this again.
It's in the lobby. You can't miss that, 5 to 7, easy, plenty of parking. So come on in.
Yeah.
Good.
Dr.
It's a nice
Bacheldor,
event.
Always a
Great.
pleasure.
Thank you,
Yep.
Paul.
Thank you.
Nice
Thank
to
you very
see
much.
There's another event happening the end of September, the 29th of September, and it's in Marine City, and it's called the Startup School 2018. Hear about that in just a second. Welcome back. We are happy to have Mr. Matt Brooks, who I've known for about 150 years. But he's much younger than me. So. Matt Brooks, nice to see you. Welcome to the Focus Set.
I love being
And
here,
you
Paul.
brought along
Conscience Van KV.
Kanchan. Nice to meet you.
Same
Welcome to
here.
the Focus Set. Nice to see
Thank you.
with Matt Brooks. Matthew, you do many things for lots and lots of people, and most 99 and 100% of them are pretty spectacular.
Yeah, that's right.
We salute you for that at the beginning of this interview.
Thank you.
You've got a second annual startup school, which is going to be held this year in Marine City, Michigan, at the Riverbank Theater.
Yeah.
What is a startup school? How can people be involved, and why should they be involved?
Yeah, I mean, so Startup School is a day-long conference for entrepreneurs at any stage in the game, whether it be somebody that just has an idea for a product or a service, or just wondering if they can turn it into a business. So the beginning stage, maybe it's somebody that's recently started a business, maybe in the last couple of years, but is trying to figure out how to gain momentum and get to the next level. This conference is definitely for them. And even for seasoned entrepreneurs that maybe have been doing it for 20 years and maybe feel stuck in a rut, need some inspiration on how, what are some new ways to be getting things done in the new economy.
So I might be in my house knitting something, and yet I think that I've really got a great product, and the public should know about it. Is this where I should go?
Yeah, Startup School is half inspiration and half know-how, right? So we have an amazing panel of speakers coming in from throughout Michigan and other states as well. Successful entrepreneurs that will be on stage in the Riverbank Theater sharing their story of ideation through startup, through growth to turn it into a big business. And so we think of the first half of the day, which will be in the Riverbank Theater. We'll have 150 people packed into the theater to hear from these successful entrepreneurs sharing their startup journey. And so we look at the first half of the day as the inspiration, just hearing from other people and their stories on how did they come up with the idea and get it to a successful business. And then in the afternoon is nuts and bolts, right? So it's breakout sessions and workshops all throughout the afternoon covering a wide variety of topics.
Okay. You brought along a web page, and I think maybe we've had that up for a second or two.
Yeah, people can get to that website on their own at startupschool2018.com.
It's a great looking first page there.
Thank you.
Okay, if we'll scroll down a little bit, we'll get a look at some of the lineup of the speakers. There's the lineup of the speakers for you.
Yeah,
And there's a lady in red there who is really something in St. Clair County and in southeastern Michigan. Let's give a listen and see what she has to say.
Hi, this is Donna Russell-Coor from PTM Corporation here in Fairhaven, Michigan. I'm so excited to deliver the keynote at Startup School 2018. Get ready for an exciting day of learning, inspiration, and networking. Okay, we're going to see you Saturday, September 29th in Marine City, Michigan.
The price of admission is worth it just to see her.
Hey, $99 for a day long. It's a 9-hour experience. Includes lunch. Tell them about the Taste of Marine City and the.
Yep. So not only is it going to be, the learning experience, live experience of learning from these entrepreneurs who started, like you said, probably knitting in their house or doing something in their house. Something fired them up. They went along, went the ups and downs, and now they're successful and they're sharing their stories. But in the afternoon, because the setup is in Marine City, we're going to have something called the Taste of Marine City. So we're going to have the restaurants actually giving samples of the best cuisine of their restaurant over there for our participants. So
wonderful.
It's going to be fun. It's going to be a matter of pride for people who are running these restaurants. So that's what we're going to have in the lunch session. And then we go on for the breakout sessions.
And somewhere along the line there, you're probably going to stop at the Sweet Tooth.
You
and
bet.
Everybody's going to have ice cream and candy, so it'll make the whole day even better.
So the afternoon of we've got eight workshops, and those workshops are going to be hosted and embedded within the local downtown businesses. So within the Sweet Tooth,
Right.
Todd has the private room in the back for
Right.
private parties. So he'll be
Normally
hosting.
a child birthday party.
You bet.
Today it's gonna be-
We'll have a
it's
bunch of
gonna be
entrepreneurs in
different.
the room as
Right,
well,
right.
So one of our workshops is called Why You Suck at Sales and What to Do About It. So perhaps that'll be hosted there in the Sweet Tooth, and immediately next door, how to win business pitch competitions. We'll have workshops about marketing, how to be different in your business, how to stand out, how to get your branding right. All of these workshops that cover the nuts and bolts, again, for entrepreneurs and businesses at any stage in the game. We're pumped up about it. And so I say $99. We have a $29 student ticket. What we've done is we've carved out a student experience intended for high school and college age young adults, and maybe those that have graduated from high school, maybe haven't figured out their path yet. Karen Palka with A Beautiful Me,
Oh, she's
and
great.
she is, and Quentin Bishop with the Economic Development Alliance will be delivering an impactful workshop at 1 o'clock the afternoon session for these students to help them to understand personal branding, how to set themselves apart and be different out there, and start getting networked now with folks like Paul Dingaman that might be able to point them in a direction of opportunity while they're still in school or soon after high school, to be able to get perhaps an internship at a place like the station here, one of the local businesses, right? So we're really trying to deliver a conference that's high impact for a wide variety of people that have an interest in business and entrepreneurship, and we're pretty pumped up to bring it to Marine City this year.
Right.
You've had some great supporters, Community Foundation, which helps so many people in St. Clair County. Blue Water, and the event sponsors are listed, Chemical Bank, and on and on and on. Riverbank Theater, of course, North Star Bank, 1119, the Underground, Lakestone Bank and Trust, and it's a great idea. People sort of vacillate on this kind of decision, don't they?
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
I should do that,
Yeah.
but they never do.
There's a lot of there's a lot of product and service ideas that are out there lingering in somebody's basement or out in their barn, or some widget, the next best thing that unfortunately we'll never see, because people don't take the leap just to give it a go, right? And so the importance of giving it a try. Right?
And I think it's also about how simple it is. The word entrepreneur is pretty long.
Right.
Pretty,
It's tough to pronounce.
overwhelming. Yeah. But these are the people who are going to demystify it, make it simple, make it come to your doorstep, and say, hey, if we could do it, you can do it. And if you see, this year we've moved a step ahead from the last year's theme. Last year's was actually startup. Hey, how do you go about it? What are the basics? Now, this year is, okay, how do you grow?
Okay.
We're not preaching anything. These are the people who are going to tell them.
And they've done it.
They've
You've
done
done
it.
it. Yeah,
And
take it
was
to the
not
next
an easy
level.
path. It was not an easy path. It
No.
was, different. And like Matt said, this time it's also a diverse crowd, you know, right from students to people who've been in business for about 15, 20 years. There's every point of time, your learning curve is just growing. You know, it never stops.
Right. Correct.
Because the economy is booming, it's dynamic, everything is changing so fast. So I think every year we need to sharpen those tools, right? Like this year, if you see one of the turning, highlights is we're going to have one speaker is going to speak about diversity and inclusion. What's that got to do with entrepreneurship?
Right.
I think it's got everything to do about our mindset, that how open and broad we are to accept that change and do it, and you know, it's going to be in our day-to-day lives. So that's what we're going to have our speakers speaking.
All right, you two, how do I register? How do I get involved?
Go online, go to www.startupschool2018.com.
That's all one word.
All one word, no spaces, startupschool2018.com. Our homepage is just bluewaterstartups.com. We'll get you there as well. It's easy to find us on Facebook, and just search for Blue Water Startups or Startup School 2018. We make it pretty easy to find and grab the tickets.
Now, when this program airs, it's going to be the week of the event. So is there a cutoff date?
Well, you know, so we would, ultimately take registrations up until next Friday, which would be the 28th, the day before. We've got to turn in numbers for the caterers and all of that kind of good stuff too. So.
All right. Have we missed anything?
Well, I think we could talk for hours and hours about this, Paul, but
You're so shy.
we're limited on time, I suppose. So we would just encourage people to get out there. Again, it's never too early to start getting some inspiration and building your know-how of how this, how to get things going. As Kanchan correctly pointed out, maybe the best kept unfortunate secret of entrepreneurship is that it really is accessible to most people. Technology these days has made it so easy and affordable to get started doing many different kinds of businesses. You know, look, if your business idea requires a physical location, okay, obviously there's some cost there in acquiring a building or having rent and overhead. But for service kind of businesses or an e-commerce business, you want to sell much, it's very affordable, in some ways free, just to get started by leveraging social media, whipping up a website and start getting the word out there and generating some sales. It's pretty easy, and there's a lot of resources out there with groups like ours and the, like you said, the Community Foundation, but the Economic Development Alliance. There's co-working spaces throughout this community to build a sense of fellowship and camaraderie amongst the entrepreneurs. There's a support system, and what's exciting about doing business in this economy in the Blue Water area is no longer do entrepreneurs have to move out to the big city to start a business. Entrepreneurs can enjoy a lifestyle that we love so much out here in Michigan's Blue Water area and take advantage of the water and all of the great things there are to do and have a life while you're building a business. So we're excited about that, and that's kind of the hidden message of us doing this Blue Water Startups too, is to shine the light on this area to the region.
I love the story of Tow Bridge, or Towbook.
Towbook.
There was local guys, and they now have a company that's nationwide.
You bet.
Just all out of St. Clair County.
You'd be shocked. There's a Towbook is a great story, and there's 2 dozen more just like it that people don't hear about. So that's part of what we're trying to do with Blue Water Startups, is to shine the light on those stories there as well. So Startup School, Saturday, September the 29th. www.startupschool2018.com. There's still about 28 tickets available still for people to gobble up. So we'd love to have a full room.
You're the right guy for shining light on a startup school, because your batteries are always full.
I figured it was because the light shines off my head so well.
So. Very nice to meet you. Welcome back. Come back anytime.
Thank you.
Thanks, Paul.
That's about it for this edition of the Focus program. Thanks very much for tuning in as I get my lips working here. Till next time, I'm Paul Dingeman. See you soon.
Thanks for watching Focus with Paul Dingeman. Focus is produced at the CTV Community Television Studios in St. Clair. For over 20 years, CTV has captured the moments that matter to our community.